2,000 years ago, when the world felt vast and disconnected, a path began to emerge. Not carved by kings, not raised by armies, but created by merchants, travelers, and dreamers. A path that crossed scorching deserts, climbed freezing mountains, and stretched farther than imagination. That path would later be called the Silk Road. Imagine this: caravans of camels swaying slowly under the burning sun, carrying bolts of shimmering silk, jars of precious spices, glass, gems, and treasures unknown to distant lands. From China came silk, soft as water, shining like moonlight. From India, spices, saffron, pepper, cinnamon, that turned ordinary meals into feasts fit for kings. From Rome came glass, wine, silver, and art, and along with goods came something more valuable than gold: stories, knowledge, and ideas. Cities rose from the dust. Samarkand, its markets alive with colors and voices. Kashgar, a gateway where East met West. Baghdad, shining as a jewel of knowledge and culture. These cities weren't just markets, they were crossroads of the world, where languages mixed like rivers, where music, poetry, and inventions traveled farther than their creators ever dreamed. But the Silk Road was more than trade. It was a bridge of cultures, a messenger of ideas. Paper was born in China, but it traveled west, transforming empires. Astronomy from the Middle East traveled east, guiding sailors and scholars. Words, religions, philosophies, they didn't stay behind walls. They walked this road. They flowed like caravans of thought. And yet, the journey was not easy. The Silk Road was beauty and danger. Merchants faced scorching deserts like the Taklamakan, its name itself meaning, "Go in, and you may never come out." They climbed the snowbound passes of the Pamirs, where one wrong step could mean death. Bandits waited in the shadows, empires rose and fell, and with them safe passage would vanish. But still they walked. Still they carried. Because what awaited at the end was worth the risk. Think about it. The clothes of emperors in Rome, the perfumes of queens in Persia, the scrolls of scholars in Baghdad, all touched by this road. Even the Black Death, the terrible plague that reshaped Europe, traveled along these same paths. The Silk Road was not just wealth. It was also the shared fate of humanity, its light and its darkness. And through it all, cultures learned from each other. A Chinese monk could taste dates from Arabia. A Persian poet could write about silk he had never seen before it touched his hand. A European mapmaker could draw lands he had never visited, guided only by the stories of travelers. The Silk Road was not one single road. It was a network, a web of routes stretching thousands of miles over mountains, deserts, rivers, and seas. It carried not only silk, but also tea, paper, porcelain, gunpowder, music, religion, science. It carried the dreams of mankind. But then the world began to change. Ships grew stronger. Oceans became highways. The great caravans began to fade. The road that once united the continents slowly fell silent. Sand covered the paths, empires crumbled, and cities like Samarkand lost their glory. Yet, even in silence, the echoes remained. Because every time we open a book, every time we use a compass, every time we drink tea or taste spices, we are touching the Silk Road. Its spirit never died. It simply transformed. Today, in digital connections, in global trade, in cultures that meet and blend every day, the Silk Road still lives. It is not just history, it is memory. It is proof that humanity, no matter how far apart, has always found a way to connect. And though the caravans are gone, the story of the Silk Road whispers still, in every piece of silk, in every spice, in every song carried across time. This was the road that united civilizations. So remember, civilizations rise and fall, empires come and go, but the threads of human connection, once woven, are never truly broken. And if you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like and subscribe, because many more stories of our past still wait to be told.